Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode 162.
Woo! Yay!
Hello there, I am your host, Rage Bally as always. Joining me this time is the usual crew of DX Takamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and Colin Jans on the bottom right.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, there is news.
You got that right.
You got that right.
A little.
Oh boy,
It's,
a little.
it's January, people. I can't handle the situation. Not only like what we're gonna talk about in this episode, but like it's not even January's over, and all the news that's happening in the world is just very sucky. So let's just join in with this on the very sucky news that happens here, I would say. But first, how you guys doing?
Considering the rest of the world, I'm pretty good actually. So yeah.
Same. We're alright. Can't complain.
Yeah, like I said, in my own personal bubble, things are going well. Okay, it's like I'm enjoying myself. Had a good weekend of playing Magic with the new sets, and a lot of fun there. Everything's relaxing. Everything is going well. I'm gonna have a full week of night shifts basically at work, so that's gonna be fun. And no, it's fine. It's like I'll be home at 9 every day, just like no, it's not that night shift, not like midnight stuff.
Evening shift.
Okay. So basically
Evening
mine.
shifts,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, everything going peachy keen, but well, we'll get into that. But anyone else? Derek, anything on your side?
Yeah, I mean, lots of stuff, but, this would become the Derek show instead of us, so I'll just say it's been an incredibly busy week, incredibly busy weekend. I literally just got back from, like, a gigantic meeting with Hanako-san about stuff we're doing this year, and then yesterday I got this really famous idol named Non, who is the lead singer for this group called Candy Syrup, to join Idol Underworld and this other group Barry, and then I was just like really busy with them, and it never ends.
Keeps adding up. Keeps adding up.
Keeps adding up, yeah. Oh man.
Not that I'm complaining. I'm super happy. Like it's freaking awesome.
Man,
but
more
it's
success,
just,
more
it's
work,
just a lot.
right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, let's get into it then.
Here we go.
So, remember last time when we talked about, we had the big graduation of Shirai Shimai, and then it was like, okay, let's look
about
forward
that.
about, that's always the big thing happening 2020, and then Request Hour came. So, oh boy, Colin, I think you saw the most of Request Hour?
I saw everything.
You
Okay,
saw
go for it.
everything.
Wow. I wish I had.
It's there. So
I saw
like it.
parts of day 2. I got lucky with day 2,
same.
but
Okay.
so what happened on day 1?
Day 1 was my favorite. Day
Oh.
2 sucked. But I get there later. I have a lot of things. I just ramble with the songs that I liked appearing. Well, the first off, Juichi Gatsu no Anklet. I like that song, so I'm happy that it ranked. Funny that it happened. It was like 49, and I was like, no, it's 50. Apparently, there's a tie. So I,
that happens. That happens sometimes.
It happens.
Yeah, I like that because they never give out, how many votes we're giving to each song, and it's like, yeah, it's still a tie, but you don't know the number. So I appreciate that. So a tie between Juichi Gatsu no Anklet and Saishun da Capo, my second favorite song of last year, Namen Center, on the CD of Sustainable. So good start for me. It made me very happy. I like those songs. Then a little bit sad, probably, but 74, Mayoshi's Ice no Kuchisuke. At least it ranked. I'm happy. Whoop, whoop.
At least you said that,
Cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. It's
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
I would have won higher, but given the circumstances of how voting happened, I'm like, you know what? At least the remaining 12 Gen members got to do the song that is their song. So it made me happy. Also cry, of course, because I always cry, even though it's not really a song to cry. Speaking of 12 Gen, 45 show fight Tomu. Hey, very good of
Tomu.
her. It's not a song that I love. But it's catchy.
Yeah.
It always ranks, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I really don't. No, I think that song is weird. Show fight. It's also the video, just the girls beating the crap out of each other in that underground MMA cage or
Arena.
something.
Yeah, true.
I do like it. It's I can't say I love it, but I do like it, and it does stick in my head. So I
It's
think
enjoyable, I would say. It's enjoyable,
Yeah.
I would say. So
made me
Not
happy.
great,
So,
yeah.
Great for Tomu.
Mm.
And 44 Doki. I just want to mention that because it's the remaining 9 gen. Obamina Yuianis' run. That made me happy. You know, I love those girls. And then an interesting one, kind of. 41. It's I can't pronounce the title; it's a bit too difficult for me. But it's the Saichon Center song from High Tension. Apparently, does very good in Request Hour. I didn't even know. Like 20 last year, 28 the year before that, and 25th before that. So hey, it's good. Good for
That's
Saichon.
I remember that there was a song that's all in white, right? That like the something.
They wore their school uniforms. I remember that, but more I
Yeah.
can't really remember. Maybe you're right. I can't
Mm.
remember. So hey, good for Seichon, which I may get there later.
Hey.
39 Zipper. Just thumbs up. I
Zipper
can't-
is always fun.
Yeah, Zipper. Yep.
Great. Yoshida and Murasei.
Were there a lot of members in the on the stage in the crowd just to view it?
Yeah, I do kind of get there later because
Oh.
yeah, I have something to mention there for probably the MVP of Request Hour, and I think
Okay.
people will know. But I get there later. Otherwise, remind me.
Mhm.
Basically, I do like that. You know, everyone is there most of the time. If they did like, oh yeah, I get there later, but remind me.
Okay.
Otherwise, I get a bit all over the place.
Okay.
35. So Kanto-kun Captain Song. That was
Oh,
fun.
really?
I liked it. Yeah. It's on another title. It's like, it's too big, and otherwise I will ramble again.
So who performed
Hey.
it? Yeah, who performed it? Was it Mion and Yui? or-
Mion, Saho, Yuri, Baron, Komi. And
awesome. Okay.
Like all the captains.
yeah,
Oh,
yep,
Captain.
the song from last year on the theater version of Sustainable. So no MV. It's nice. They sang not so nice, but
Okay.
no. Okay, fine. Number 34, Mion center song of Sukinanda. You know the one, the cool MV that was one shot. I think it was one take. You know, with the white outfits.
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
car in the garage.
Mhm.
I was happy for Mion. I would have wanted the central exam song, but I take this one for her too.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
It was nice to see that again. I was like, oh, great, people still like that. 31. Gyakuten Oji-sama with Mi-chan. She really wanted this song to be performed in Request Hour, and
Nice.
that made me very happy that it got this high. Because, you know, last Request Hour, she's
Yep,
leaving.
pretty much.
With Yuri and Komi, so that was, I liked it just for her. Totally love it. After that, one of my favorite songs of 2017 was it Hote Sokodoku Yuetsukan with Ogura Yuri Center. I love that song. I love it. One of my favorites. That was good. Maybe you guys want to talk about 29. First one was Monica. DX, help me. You know, Monica, that song.
Oh, yeah. Crap, I forgot the name, but I know what song you mean. Ah!
Yeah, it's called Monica something. Oh, wait, what was it? Jiraiya Days? I can't remember. Apparently that ranked in. I was.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see.
You're muted, Colin.
Yoakada, Monica Yoakada. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Sorry, I mispressed.
Yeah, I really love that song. Yeah, it was high, really up tempo, upbeat, and it. Yeah, I really liked it, and it was a duo center, that song, and we'll get to that later. I will get to that later again.
Okay, good, because I cannot remember who.
Is that the theme of the show this time? Everything later?
No, that's not.
Yeah,
that's
we're
not-
gonna do it
no,
later.
no.
We're gonna do it later.
Yeah. later.
Let's just say, on regards of Monica Yokada, the double center has some significance for the future.
Yeah,
Let's keep
I
that-
think now I remember. It came back to me who
Yes.
centered that.
Yep.
28, Jabba Ja.
Oh god, really? Oh wow.
Yeah, it's funny. I laugh. I'm like, really, that song? But I laugh because it's how funny it is, in my opinion. It's like, okay, Jabba Ja's still relevant. 27. This one was a very, very nice surprise for me. Aishino no Trumpeter. Old Team K. Was it when Mion was still in Team K? I think it was the previous one. From, I think it was Tsubasa wa Iranai, that B-side song. I really like this song. It's just jazzy, so I always go with it. So, surprise! You know, the old Team K lineup. Well, old. Previous. I like that. And 16 Gen. closed the day off with their iconic. Yeah, no, iconic is maybe a bit overstatement, but their song, which great way to end the show. It's good. Love 16 Gen. They are great, and I may get there. Also a bit later.
Later.
So first day, I like those songs. Most of the ones that I mentioned are ones that I really love. So I got a lot of satisfaction out of it. I was surprised on how much I enjoyed it. The first day, nothing particular happened. And second day.
And then second day came around. Yep.
Okay, I can be very quick.
Do it.
Akai Pin healed to Professor, 24.
Yeah, so...
But before that though, you're skipping one song, and I don't think
yeah,
of course. You're skipping
Robin wants to talk about it, probably.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
it's your song, dude.
My song?
Yeah, Namida no Yomen Chogaku.
Oh yes, they started. That was number 25. They started to open it, so I was a little zoned out there. I'm trying to find the list just to see the top 25. We're just see you later. But yeah, I really enjoyed it because I was at work and it's just like, oh, let's see, and they just started, and immediately they opened up with that, and I did like the pairing. So. The original unit was Okada Nana with Kojima Mako, Takashi Turi, and Mukaichi Mio. Well, two of them are gone. The way they replaced them, I'm like, perfect, because these are basically pairs and then units together. So it was Murayama Yuri, of course, and Mogi Shinobu. Were there together. So basically the couples in a unit that now have their own YouTube channel that already has 10,000 subscribers with it's like, let's make a channel. I want a silver button. It's like, okie dokie.
Okie dokie, click. Oh boy.
Still, it was very nice. They performed it well. Always a good song to see. Very happy to see it on number 25. But yeah, then 24, like you said, as a surprise. Well, surprise. Matsuya Jurina showed up to perform. What's wrong with Matsuya Jurina? Can someone tell me?
That same game, there was a SKE concert. I remember. I think it was that day that SKE had their Tandoku concert. So if you have any reservations, maybe it's because of that.
No, but the problem right now is it feels like Matsuya Jurina is that member that has graduated like 2 years ago and still hanging around.
Anin? Who was there, by the way.
Yeah, but that's a different vibe. Basically, this is like the delusional member that's like, no, I'm still here. No, I'm still number one. Remember, you voted for me. And I don't know, her legs are like now this.
I saw it and I was like, really?
I've
seen worse.
Well, the thing is, have you noticed with the background dancers they used? So normally it was like the like guys that are very fit in this. These guys were a little more huskier. So I would say they did that just to, take a little comparison off. Because if you get skinnier guys than Matsuya Jurina, then it would be very more obvious. Still, that doesn't work for me. I'm like, something on it. So I'm worried about Matsuya Jurina.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll get to that later. Why more worried on that?
Later. How many times do we say later in this episode?
Take a shot and then everybody is just knocked out.
Yeah, pretty much.
The next one, from 24 to number 11. That's that's a sign.
In the span of 5 minutes.
Yeah. Koisuru, that remind me of that later. Number 11, Koisuru Fortune Cookie. I love the song. I've said it before. Even Sachi was like, "What? Why is the song here?" It's like, okay. Tadaka Miku was the center for it, and it's like, number 11. That's still there. Hi. Okay. Okay. Yep. It's so funny. In a way, it's like, it still ranks, but Sashi is out, and people still love it. But then again, there are also people who hate the song because it's so overplayed. So it's
right. It's a song that worked in its time, but now it's like we don't know what to do, so let's play it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
They used it later. to just make a little distraction on that side. But like I said, so 24 to 23 to 11, it went like bam, 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 bam.
Oh yeah.
No
That's
breaks,
almost,
no segments. It just went on and on and on quickly. And it's like, why are they rushing? Is there another concert that's coming up, or something?
You know what the
weird
funny
about
thing
that.
is?
Yeah.
It was the same length. It wasn't 10 minutes longer than the first day. It was same length, 2.5 hours or whatever it is. It's still
Weird.
in the same frame of time that they did this, and yet it felt so rushed. It's like, hey, another one, hey, another one, hey, another one. It's whew, maybe more MCs.
No, yeah, I kind of missed it when I looked at the recording. Where are the MC parts? I was like, what's going on? I didn't know.
yeah.
And have you guys noticed the pattern with this list? So remember the time when it was NGT in everything? There's always that fandom
yeah.
group. This year it happened
Yeah.
as well. Can you guess which
Yeah.
group it is?
HKT?
Yeah, that hadn't had a single for out. The album that came out was the last one, so like let's just spam this one because I need to hear that song more since we don't see anything from HKT anymore. So they're like, and how many times in that day too? Let's see.
I counted everything.
Okay.
I counted everything. Though I did count by my rules. Basically, for instance, number 10 was NGT's Max Togi. That's technically AKB, but I count this as NGT. So my calculations: AKB26, SKE4, NMB3, HKT9, NGT6, and STU2. That's
Yeah,
how I count
for the sister groups, then that's pretty high. Although, can we
Yeah,
call them
exactly.
sister groups nowadays?
I think so.
sister groups. You can call them. Yeah.
Not sure with the new announcements if they're still sister groups.
Okay, let's get there later.
Yeah, okay, let's get that later. Let's just finish
Is
this
it already
first,
annoying
and
yet?
then we'll go.
No, I find it funny still.
Yeah.
So yeah, number 4, that was for Yui Han, a Team A stage song, Tsukino Mizu Kagami.
Tsukito Misu Kagagami.
That's what was that? Teardrops, Moonlight, something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct me.
Yeah.
I know it's something like that.
Something
But that
like
was, Yui Han, beautiful. I can look at her the whole day. Very nice performance. Song, but because it's her, I'm like, okay. But then there was an MC. Hey, an MC. And she was alone, and I was like, oh no. I at first thought she was announcing graduation. I was like, no, because she's alone. And like, why are you alone? I mean, you just did the song, but usually more girls come in, so why alone? Nothing to worry about, luckily. And she, I don't know what they're called, but whenever Team 8, has for their prefecture, the thing in their hair, she picked the one from Otanao, because she's from Kyoto, as is Yui Han. And that led to number 3, Yeonjun Nanano. Not
nice.
number 1, but
Hey.
top 3. I think 6 concurrent years in the top 3. I want to
Yeah, it's always that song
so.
in the top 3.
That made me happy. Of course, I wanted it to win, but I take it. Still number 3, given that I feel that Team 8 lost a lot last year. That they're still doing good is very good. That made me happy. Number 2, not that I care, but I will bring it up. NCT 4th single coupling song. I think this is with the second gen.
Yeah, second gen, pretty much, yeah.
I was like, who? What? Still? I'm like, okay. Good for you. And then number 1, I was like, which one will it be?
Yeah. What?
And then I was like, oh, this song. I only know this song because last year it was number 2. Romantic Bijou from
Romantic
HKT
Girl,
with Tanaka Miku Center, as well as 2 other girls that are escaping my mind. Meru? I want to say Meru. Who was the other one? I can't remember. But
Neon?
yeah, I can't remember again. I don't know. I kind of went away when I saw that announcement. I was like, you know what? I need to grab something, and I was like, I don't need to do this because.
So what do you
Not
think,
a
Derek, with the
song.
number 1 song this year from Request Hour?
I think he's frozen.
Is he frozen?
He doesn't move.
He looks frozen.
Yeah, his camera looks frozen, so.
Yeah, or he's in a
Hey.
very metallic state, just being.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Reaching enlightenment.
There we go.
he's out.
There he
He's
goes.
out.
And
And are you back? You're back.
there he is.
I don't know what happened there. Sorry, guys. Go ahead, continue.
So, what do you think about the number one request hour song this year?
Romantic Byo from JKT48, a coupling song of the 10th single. Tanaka Miku is center for that song.
For you, Derek.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I have no opinion. I hate to be like completely boring about this, but I really don't care. HKT, they've been off the radar for so long, and I mean, it's cool that the fans would like you guys said, and in accordance with the trend here, kind of spam and make this all about HKT. I think that's cool because that kind of invokes the spirit of why we have this, the request hour. But I feel like it's more interesting that NGT's single penetrated all the way to number 2, considering the year they had last year and all
true.
things.
Mm.
It's nice to see just overall in the top 10 or what have you, that we have HKT, you know, we have SKE, we have AKB. Too bad we didn't have NMB in there.
On number 12.
I would like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they almost made it. But I'd say overall, what was the actually the question I had? What was the reaction when Romantic Bio was announced? Like, were people freaking out in the audience, Colin? I mean, did you see like what do you feel the vibe was?
I think
normal-ish.
Normal.
Yeah.
The ones that were happy, but I didn't get that hype
It wasn't
feeling.
the big bang.
No.
It wasn't
vibe
like the
going,
hype
yeah.
thing, right?
No, it was like, hey, relatively.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's
standard.
not the same reaction you would get as 47.
Yeah.
Tekimachi.
Like that one, or the
Yeah.
big one I can remember was with Miyazama Sai. Made it.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, that was amazing. I remember that. Okay, yeah. I mean, good. Congrats, HKT. That's pretty awesome.
I do feel with you, Derek. It's like this year's request hour was more like basically
Rush hour.
Rush hour, or
I call it rush hour.
if you compare it, and this may be too Dutch, but we have a serious request thing from a radio show every
yeah,
Christmas.
Yeah.
And it felt like this as well. It's like it's been done. It's not real fun anymore. It's like, they tried. It's okay, I guess. That was a
It's for
feeling behind it.
charity,
I
But-
gotcha.
Something like that.
something.
So
Yeah. Request
then,
Okay, so very rushed. I was very happy that Annen was there.
Oh, yeah.
Still an appearance. I forgot which song she did, but there was one. I can't remember if it was second day or first day. I can't remember. I just
12 Gen.
remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah. What were they doing? I did not write it down. So if
It's
someone
12
can
Gen song.
find-
They, like you said.
Oh yeah. Well, basically she was there, and then she was doing a song which I forgot. And then Megu came, which was all too cute. She rushed to in Annen's arms, and that was so adorable. I love that. Oya was there. Hey, I'm here as well. yo, what's up? I did find that funny, and they did a song. So Annen very great, but the MVP, going back to what Robin kind of wanted to ask, was Murashige Anna. She was
Yep.
freaking amazing. Why?
Yeah?
Because it ties in what Robin asked, with the background with the girls when they are on stage as well. She was amazing. Whenever there was a
Segment.
the focus was on the
Segment.
stage, you could see her in the background doing just bonkers.
I love
great
that. That's
energy.
my favorite
It
part
was
always.
great. She really.
That's awesome.
More people were saying that, so I know I'm not the only one, but she was.
There was this
Absolutely
one
fantastic.
segment, and they asked her something, and she reacted like, "Are you crazy or something? Why the hell are you doing like that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, she just made very
I
good
did-
jokes, I would say. That was very fun to see the interaction on that. But then, so they were closing down. They were ending up, and they're like, we're gonna do one more final song, and it's gonna be Kochiri Fortune Cookie. And even Mion saying it, it's like cringing. It's like, oh, do we
Yeah.
really have
Do we
to?
need to? Yeah.
Even the crowd was
Again?
like, just again,
I mean,
and then
yeah.
bam on the screen.
Something! Oh my god, I can't believe it.
It's like, oh, finally a single is coming out. The 57th single, 18th of March. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Nice.
that's something that I was forgotten that they actually do. They bring out new singles.
Yep. Whoa.
All right, here we go through the list, and thank you for making those notes in order. So they came up with first off Ogaranana from AKB48, Okabe Rin, AKB48, Oguri Yui, Kashiwagi Yuki, Kubo Satone, and then Shiro Miru from MB, Suda Akari from SK, Yumiko Takino from STU, Tanaka Miku from HKT. So there's the usual. Then Fukuoka Sena.
Hey,
Nice.
very
Nice.
happy, very happy.
That was like, you can hear the crowd being like, yes! It's like first time she's in there for real, or
Second
Second,
was
I think.
teacher.
no, teacher. Yeah, that's true. And Homa Hita was in there. Minigishi Minami, everybody was happy in seeing that.
Yep.
Mukaichi Mion, Muto Tomu being in there.
Return. Woo!
I saw the reaction of Muto Orin in backstage, just going completely ape, really crazy on that side. Muri, she's now basically saying, sure, just put me in the Senbatsu, I understand.
Yeah.
Normally she didn't want to, she's like, okay, I'm an established Senbatsu member now. Yokoyama Yui, Yoshida Akari from NMB48,
Woo!
yeah. And, well, Colin, take it away, since who's the center?
Okay, so the center is Zuki, Yamuchi Mizuki.
Yep.
That's
60
so
Jan.
great. So awesome.
I was surprised. I didn't see that coming because before, like 3 months ago, I like wrote down 4 centers that I thought would happen. One of them was Michan because I feel that's totally justified. I think she deserved it more than anyone else. I still think that. Sorry, not sorry. But now it's Zuki, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's also a pick. I have to be totally honest. I think she's bland. What I said about 16 Gen being great, she's not one that I would put there. I can see her being chosen because fresh. It's something else. They
Well,
want.
we lost the other one, so.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so they want to do something fresh, something safe.
I like it. I hope
okay.
it will be a chance to shine and then prove, well, basically, viewers like you wrong that it's not that bland, or that actually is character that will be shined out.
Remember what we said? I knew you were going to say it. Remember what we said about sustainable and that someone like Yagimoka was a very strong character, didn't stand out. So, yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah.
counter
We'll
argument.
Very good, though.
If the song will be great, I don't think it will be because of her. I don't think there's anything inherently bad about her, though I do know that her singing sucks. It's terrible. Sashi level. But it's safe. It's fresh. I do like overall who's in it. 18 members. And
No
most of them are
Masu Jurina.
No.
Should we go there again? Again, it's... I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. Kind of disappointed, which I don't like to say, but it is what it is.
You can't call yourself queen if you're not active.
Yeah,
Nah.
exactly.
Yeah. So let's see what it is. I mean, I'm not particularly hyped with the center, but overall, I do look forward to it, and I hope it will be a great song regardless because of the trash.
Hey, at least something coming out in March.
Yeah,
Hey.
something. Yeah.
I'll get to that later.
Yeah, maybe it's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of. But yeah, I look forward to it regardless, even though I don't think that Zuki will win me over.
True, but hopefully the song itself will be good though. But we'll see.
If that is a nice song that I will be looping, then I can't wish for anything more.
What do you
By
think,
this
Derek,
point.
about this Senbatsu list?
It's again, I don't really have a say in it. I don't really care. It's just I mean I'm happy that a 16 Gen got it. It's cool, but
2019
again,
sucked the AKB out of you, right?
no, it's not that. It's just these just aren't really topics that are interesting to me right now. It's just yeah, okay. We'll see if the single is interesting. I think for me, it doesn't matter about really who's in the single as much to me anymore as what's the song. Are they going to unpack it? Is it going to be interesting in a way that when they unpack it and give it to us that will be like, oh, this is actually worth paying attention to. That's for me priority over. I mean, at this point anyway. And also, like, I don't even know half these people, so it's like I don't even care. You know what I mean? I hate to be so bland about it. But
Well, maybe you can go into the new topic because they announced something else that's, not really for an idol announcement, but big enough to be like concerning, and that is AKS is renamed to Vernalasum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, what that means is basically it happens in like companies and business all often. Basically, remember when we talked that Akimoto Yashiwa want to buy back basically the company and becoming the head again, and then the person is like, no, we're not doing that. Now this business, these board of directors basically are saying, you know what, we are washing our hands of everything that has happened in idol related. We're gonna rename our company. We're gonna go start a new business. All our projects that we have, that is then AKB48, HKT, and NGT, since NMB and SKE are already different companies, they are now becoming independently companies, separate companies, currently named an AKB48 company. It's like a weird name, basically, to this end. But what it means is like AKS is cutting down the funds, the responsibilities, everything that is that. And that really, for me, it means like another nail in the coffin. That's the main company that basically created this group, this system, is now saying, yeah, we're done as well. We don't want to have anything to do with it. We don't want to mention anything. We don't want to support it. We are moving on to something else. So far that we don't even want our history's name affiliated to that. That's a severe case, I would say, and what we'll see in the future, basically, a lot less events now. Even we even thought 2019 was like, oh, what happened to this event and what happened to this event. It's going to be even less than that because of this situation, because their funding has now been cut severely because of this after this result. So what are your guys' opinion about this change?
I am a very opposite. I think this is their attempt at doing a fresh start, a fake one. I don't think it will be basically another name, so they can, work on the new reputation. It's still the same people from what I've heard. It's just a name change, so that they can, begin anew. It's in the name. It basically means blossoming in spring, which I kind of figured from Blossom. They want to do something new.
I was thinking about a Pokemon.
Yeah, actually I would say more Digimon, but okay.
Yeah, true.
I think it's a bit too obvious that name to be a Pokemon, says the expert. But I can see that. What did I say? Yeah, I think it's just a new start. I don't disagree with cutting their funding severely. I think they are distributing it in a different way. I think they really want to focus, as what previously was AKS, they just want to focus on AKB and let what already was happening with SKE and NMB, regardless of how you think about it, basically letting them do their own thing.
I don't think you understand. Like, I'm meaning the highest board of directors, that whole company that was in AKS, is cutting ties. They are really cutting ties completely on that. The management, the highest management now in AKB48 company, is basically the theater manager, or the manager on that group. There's not someone from AKS, or that's now moving to AKB48 company, or something like that. There's a team of management in each group, basically, and that is now becoming a company. Other than that, everything higher than that make the decisions are gone. They are now a new company, and that's Vernalasum, that has no affiliation with any of the 48 groups.
What I read was that it was pretty much just the same people, just a name change.
we'll see. That's my opinion. But what, Derek? Do you have any opinion on this?
I feel like, again, like you kind of said it, maybe another nail in the coffin, yeah. But I think more importantly, I kind of trying to take a positive look at this one this time and be like, well, maybe this opens them up to have another investor who actually knows what they're doing with idols and like could come in and like really help this new this new structure like be funded, because I think like obviously at some point last year they had decided that maybe the Sasenkia, the Junkin, all these things weren't that incredibly valuable to what they're trying to do. But I think the overlying factor was that last year they had the scandal of all scandals in AKB with Mahone, and they had no public support. So changing management, I almost feel like AKS isn't letting go of the reins. They're just simply, it's like a proxy management almost, because if they have a new management, that just gives them a clean slate across the board. You don't associate AKS with scandal. You have this whole new group, but I guarantee you AKS still has their hand in this, because I think I can tell you just from working with somebody that's directly involved with AKS on a day-to-day basis. I was just with this person today. Like, they still seem very much, in charge of the future of AKB. Although it is still brand new in that transition, so that could just be the fact that it hasn't been completely done yet.
True.
My overall thought is that this year, if they're all trying to start fresh, we got a lot of different directions everything's going. To me, it's going to come down to that single. I'm curious where that'll kind of give us an indication. Did they make any changes? Did they do anything different? Are they trying something new? Are they really going and putting the money where they need to put it, which is hiring an extraordinary talent and wise management to really curb and cut things that aren't working, but more importantly, create things that do work. A good single, for example. We'll see. But I think this also has a lot to do with saving face from last year.
It's pretty much saving face, because when NGT was infected, it immediately went over to AKS since they were the mother company, and now with it all being separate entities, they can just say it's just their management.
Plus with the Mnet situation, that didn't help them as well, since Produce 48 was also an AKS produced show. That was also the problem on that side. But if you look at just AKB right now, or any of the other groups, so they currently don't have a specific TV show you can easily watch.
Not at the moment, no.
Nemosu.
Nemosu.
That's not it.
With AKB.
And Nemosu is once a month, right?
It just finished a season last week, and I think they will return soon.
Yeah,
maybe I got that wrong.
Maybe around the new single release, I would say.
So now members are doing the YouTube thing. So they have some access on that. Or Instagram live stories to have some access on that. The cafe is now bye-bye. They're
pretty much.
That's gone.
That picture hurt.
Yeah, it's an iconic location, and it's now it's away. So that's only AKB48. But then you look at the other groups, and what is there? What is there? I think the local TV in Osaka, NMB still has a TV show.
Team 8 has one that I do know. The rest I don't really know.
It's really just very limited. It feels like they're resetting. We talked about this, that they should reset. So again, and in a positive light, I'm looking forward to see them regrowth. Basically, they cut down the tree and planted a new seed to see it maybe blossom into a new tree on that side. Still, it's just one thing after another, and then we'll see what happens with this in the future. But again, it doesn't. I'm trying to stay positive, but it didn't help, and I'm throwing that in there now before we go to the fun parts, I would say.
To be quite honest, though,
yeah.
may I interject? I hope they do more experimental events, because in April, on the 23rd of March, and in April 4th, an SKE member, Fugata now, is actually holding a joint live with the Japanese girl rock band Bridier. at one of the live houses at Umeda Chart and Shinjuku Reni.
That's something cool. That's something
Yeah,
you can look
the-
forward
I
to.
really love that idea.
It's
Haven't we
actually-
been talking about it?
Mhm.
Did
We
I
haven't
mention
been
it?
talking about it yet. When I read that,
Last
when I read that article, I actually posted in our group chat. Didn't we talk about this? Having 1 or 2 members
Yep.
experimental lives with indie rock bands at live houses? Did we
Yeah.
just talk about
Yeah.
this?
I mean, I live at places like Rennie. Like I've been there how many times? Where it's an incredible idea, and I really hope they go that route because they will see some massive success in the underworld. They really will.
Well,
Like,
let's
it-
just
be great.
we'll wish Furata the best of luck. I would say with her performance. I would say with Bride. I'm not too familiar with that band, so
Yeah, but so maybe in this case it could be a good thing. They're not limited to basically the politics that AKS had, and now they have a little bit more freedom to do that stuff. So here's hoping for the best. So I wanted to talk about this before then move on. And I know you guys don't have too much on this, but AKS was also in charge of the other groups, Nogizaka 46, of course, and the Sakamichi,
Yeah,
so Keikizaka 46, and that happened
Yeah.
something as well that
oh yeah.
well
wow.
just demotivated me completely. The Dark Idol, the absolute ace of Keikizaka 46, quits. Hirata Yurina is quitting Keikizaka 46, not graduating or anything.
Quitting.
And quitting means
Effective
here-
immediately pretty much.
I'm hearing multiple stories. There's no official yet. Hirate went on her radio school logs to talk about not ready for it now, but she will talk about it on a later date theme. But the thing is, quitting means more on two sides. It could either mean that she's like, I'm done, I want to go, bye, or it could mean that management was saying, look, you're not giving us money, or it's not the direction you're too much of a hassle since your body cannot keep up, you're way too injured, you're always absent at events. It could be either side on that. It could mean also because of what happened before Hirate said I'm quitting, was they announced that Oda Nana and Suzumoto Miyu are graduating, and those were the original members. Oda Nana is a big member, of course, basically the mom of the group. Just there's this rumor stuff, mill like scandal, or just not feeling it. She wasn't at the Tokyo Dome performance. She was in the new single that's still not coming out. And Suzumoto Miyu did post like a story because why she's doing this, and she has a feeling she couldn't keep up and she didn't feel passionate enough, motivated enough anymore. Could also mean not being in the Senbatsu coming up, and just not agreeing the direction the group was going at, which caused the fact of Hirate basically quitting, and then Satoshi Yuri saying I'm taking a hiatus, all in the span of basically an hour. That happened. All that news.
Yeah.
And I tweeted out, and I got a lot of replies to it, but basically I was just in shock. It's like, well, that's something I did not expect happening anytime soon, and now the single that was supposed to coming out in this winter was already moved to March and will now be delayed even further since they lost their
center.
basically their only center they ever had, and now they're even though management's saying there are still very good members in the group, we're looking forward to this new direction of Keikizaka 46. It feels like you're missing some limbs here of the group, and I would say that's the head. So I really hope that I still will be interesting in Keikizaka 46, but really that was something that really just hit me to a level that I'm like, So, any opinions on that, guys?
Well, to be quite honest, yeah, I kind of was wondering what would happen if their main focus would be gone pretty much. And we kind of warned them about this in this very podcast
multiple
Don't-
times.
multiple times. Don't use the same center every time over and over again, because once she's gone, you don't have a backup. And behold, what's happening right now. They don't have a backup, so I'm really curious how will they solve it. So we did warn it during this podcast, so yeah. We'll just have to wait and see for now, but it's always itchy, so yeah.
I saw, what is it? Jay Showbiz posting every MV of JKT48
yeah.
being
Oh, yeah.
like, yeah, just remember the good times, people. What's your opinion, Derek?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here trying to think about how to word this. It's like this. It's like she kind of had checked out a long time ago. Like I know it's kind of shocking to actually see her finally say it, but let's be honest. I mean, she was out a long time ago. She's been just stringing along, and she's not there half the time. And you know what I mean? It's like when an idol starts checking out, they're gone. You know, it's just a matter of time before they make it official. The fact that she wouldn't talk about why is what's interesting. That's curious to me, because that usually implies, as I've told you before, very bad things. I mean, if she's not even going to lie about it, which is usually a de facto thing, like, oh, I'm quitting for health reasons. Oh, I have school. Translation, something really bad happened and I don't want to tell you. She's just straight out being like, yo, we ain't talking about it. I'm thinking, what happened? Add to the fact that she wasn't the only one that is leaving. I mean, Oda Nana.
Yep.
I mean, you can't discount the importance and the size of absolute credibility that girl gave that group. She's gone, and the other one,
Susumu
they're
Miyu,
gone.
that's the dancer of the
the
group.
heck?
You know, the one that's can
What?
show the moves. That's
Usually when you see group departures, that means something big happened. Something that they don't want to talk about, a scandal that we're not going to hear about maybe, or we will hear about at some point. For all of them to say it, I can't I can't say it's because this thing isn't going anywhere. It's something happened. And also too, it could be a lot of infighting. It could be a lot of the girls disagreeing with management. That's a very real thing in Idol. You know, girls don't like what the managers say. They will fight and fight and fight. And it's not all let's just lay down and do whatever. I mean, these girls, they tasted success on the highest level for a couple years now. So my guess is like there was something really tragic, something big happened. They all decide, you know, in a group of solidarity, we're going to quit. But why is what I'm curious about, because I've seen this before. The Chica idols, when they all quit in a group, and I find out why, it's usually something awful. You know, a producer had sex with one of the girls, or you know, the producers were extremely berating all the girls, and so they all quit. Things like that. I mean, I don't know. But the interesting thing about that though is that contracts. Did they break their contracts? Were their contracts up at this point, and they were just like, "Oh, our contracts are up. See ya." Because it could just be something as simple as that, though. Too, they're like, "Well, we did what we wanted to do. Peace out." But the fact that Tetsu wouldn't talk about it, that's what bothers me. And she seems to be fairly honest, right? I mean, don't you guys all feel like she's been kind of?
she's still
Yeah.
very young in her teen years, so I don't think she has a filter yet.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And so, you know, what's really happening here is the curiosity thing. I will be honest, it absolutely sucks on any level, no matter what the reason. She's the dark idol. You know, she was the dark Achan. But the thing is, she hasn't been that girl for a long time. You know, she's been hamstrung since last year's Kohaku. And really, I'd even say before that.
I would say after Kazuni Fukuratemo, after that single, that was the declining.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah, basically, you hit it right in the nose. So,
yeah.
will Kea recover? No, they will not. They couldn't possibly replace this girl. She's a 1 in a million, like we've talked about before.
I already saw
You can't replace her.
some memes on that. Basically, they showed a picture of Fukyoion as the group, and that's saying bad ending, and then you have Hinata 46 And that's the good ending.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
well, I mean, Fukuan. I mean, K had peaked early. They just
true.
had those strings of hits that were just like, oh my god. But then you gotta keep making those hits. You gotta keep being relevant, or else no one's gonna care. And then Fukuan's gonna be the song it requests out that everybody's cringing to hear, instead of, wow, this is still a great thing because we remember what it meant, and so on and so on. It was the first in a long line of massive hits for Kea, whatever.
Yeah,
No,
it's a song they
peaked,
can
they're
only
done.
perform once a year, and even then, it's taking a lot of energy out of them.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's just
It's
I think Kea is done.
depressing. That's.
No,
Yeah.
I just think Kea is done. I think the focus will be on Hinata now.
Yada.
Yada is right. Vocal Yada.
Well, Colin, I would ask your opinion, but you've mentioned on the show multiple times. You're like, that's.
True. The only thing I can say, even though I don't care about the group as much, and also not about Tachi, but I do think it's management's own fault that they basically pushed her physically and mentally to a degree where she's basically broken, which resulted in her being unreliable, which I don't necessarily blame her for, though I do think in part I do, but it's mostly management basically screwing themselves over.
Yeah, it's like pushing too much for someone who isn't even 18 yet,
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
still needs development. Learning about life, and just child stars usually always in TV shows they have a rough
Most of
time
the time,
after
yeah.
it. So hopefully Tachi herself will pick it up somewhere. She's still saying she's going to be in entertainment, maybe a solo career. That's good. That's something I would like. Something
Yeah,
maybe more
exactly.
calm on that side. But again, yay. My group I like is not doing anything. Okay, let's do something.
Always look on the bright side.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Thank
It's-
you.
It's good. It works.
Then let's look at these bright sides with the new MVs that came out. With I would say start with BNK48 since they always do something well. So let's take it away, Colin.
You know what? Someone else go first.
Someone else go first. Okay, who
No,
would
just-
like to talk about?
No, just to shake up. Me again first.
Mhm.
Someone else.
So okay,
Well, let's-
BNK48's Dode Didong MV.
Dode di dong.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
go ahead, DX.
Well, when I first heard it, to be quite honest, when the song was announced, I was like, huh? I'm not sure what to expect. But then I saw the MV and heard the song itself. It's just like, this is enjoyable. This is really enjoyable, and I quite like the fact that they used a Thai folk style of music for the main song and fused it with current idol music, I would say. And the song itself, it works. It's the soundtrack for the series they're doing, but the song itself, I really enjoy it. And then there is this video with the massive truck with all those speakers. When I first saw it, I was like, what?
It doesn't fit, I would say. It's too
Yeah,
mellow
it's
for
like-
me. Basically, the song itself is nice, but when I see the MV, there are some moments I'm like, this should be louder. This should be harder.
Yeah,
but
the truck makes you think it's a louder song, but the song itself is really enjoyable. It's quite mellow, and yeah, I quite like it. I can't really explain it why, but it's enjoyable, I would say.
what do you think, Derek?
Too much. Okay, so here's the thing, and thank you, because I actually really wanted to just tear into this. I think there's a couple things to say. First of all, I really feel like this could be their Koisuru fortune cookie. I'm not even kidding. The dancing is infectious. The song is absolutely amazing. I love, and here's the tricky part to this. Taking Thai culture, inserting it into Idol, keeping it Idol. Too many times when a foreign country does Japanese Idol, they put too much of themselves into it, and it's not Japanese Idol anymore. It's something else. It becomes this like not good hybrid. But I was listening to the song and I'm thinking, oh, I can do a ketchup part here. Oh, I can actually drop a mix in here. It felt like Idol. And here's the cool part. It's catchy. It's like I could really get into this. It's cute. It's awesome. The song, it's a hit. I mean, there's this. Did you guys ever watch The Sopranos?
Yeah.
I know about
Of
it.
it, yeah.
Sure. So there's this character, this Jewish, this guy who is like a Jewish consult for the mafia members in Sopranos, and he used to do music, and he always said like a hit's a hit, like when you hear it, it's a hit. And there was like a whole episode about this. It was really funny, but the point is like when it's a hit, it's a hit. That's a hit. That they couldn't have knocked that out of the park better if they tried. In fact, I would encourage BNK to almost just do their own thing from this point. Don't be covering AKB songs. You don't need to. If you can write songs like that, you can be the AKB of the Asian world outside of AKB. And to be honest, at this point, they are. I mean, they're the valedictorians of the AKB family. They'll be the valedictorians of the AKB family probably the next 10 years if they keep it up. However, that being said, the MV is terrible. I think that they really wasted a gigantic opportunity just having those girls dance in a cornfield or wherever they were. And the truck's cool. I'll give you that. The truck is very cool. But I'm not really a vehicle guy. So automobiles and trucks don't really do anything for me. I find that all incredibly boring. But I did like that truck. I thought it was very flashy. It's very cool. I understand it has something to do with the movie, right?
Yeah, it's a series. The whole video is based on the series, I would say.
Yeah, okay, so that's the thing. I'll give them all a pass for that because I realize it's a tie-in to the MV. The parts they were shown from the movie actually looked beautiful. It was amazing. So that was good, but I just felt it was very bland. Also, when you're starting out with a close-up of the mouth and the teeth, you're going a certain route of another group that just, I don't know, doesn't work for me.
Only once, luckily, though. It just opened. They're like,
thankfully,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, okay, like, and again, I forgave him for that. But I still think that's just not a good look for Idol. I don't want to watch a dental video. So I don't care how perfect their teeth are. But the thing is, I would say overall, just that they had the mid-level shots up here, and it just didn't work. It worked in Koisuro Fortune Cookie a long time ago because of the idols that they were. Just everything about it was so fresh and new. But doing that same thing again and then cutting to long shots of the dancing, it didn't work. I felt like if you're going to do this incredibly infectious dance, which it was a cool thing, the moves, like I even remember it. Like it's cool. Like that's what makes me think Koisuro Fortune Cookie. You can remember the dance moves after watching it even one time. But if you're going to do that, highlight that. Putting them in a bland, empty corn, whatever farm field, that you couldn't have picked a worse background. So I will say for BNK, they totally screwed up the MV as far as I'm concerned. I think they spent all of $5 on that, I think, and they just inserted a bunch of the movie shots, and that doesn't work for me when this group has been consistently amazing. I will say though, the behind the scenes shots were cool, showing them kind of doing their own thing. That was cool because that always works. That's always neat to see idols in homegrown environment. But that dance, they should have. Koisuro Fortune Cookie, when they had that dance, who'd they have? They had tons of people. They blocked up a whole street. You had even the people in the audience were iconic. I mean, they had like mascots and just crazy stuff.
Yeah, that one guy that goes like the.
Yeah, it was amazing. You'll never or the DJ for crying out loud.
That guy.
They went all out. They went all out, and even the fans you remember. And I'm thinking, yeah, you don't need that for this. But I would like to see maybe something more of Thai culture. Maybe the farming component is Thai culture, but I don't want to say that.
It felt like a gathering of 10 people, and
exactly like it's like, couldn't they have done something a little more Thai? If your theme is to use a Thai folk song, show me more Thai, because that is acceptable within the Idol context. That to me, that works. That doesn't go against Idol. But what I would say is celebrate that stuff, man. Like, you gave me a taste of Thai culture, and I want more, but you didn't give it to me. You gave me shots of an MV of another movie that I'm probably not going to watch, unfortunately, because I have no life. But it's like, I only have so much time in my life to watch something. I want to be wowed. The song wowed me. The girls, they look beautiful. I mean, no question there, of course. But they're idols, so whatever. They're all gorgeous. But also, even to that degree, not any of them particularly stood out to me. I mean, not saying that they're bad. That's just my own personal thing. For others, I guarantee they stood out for the people that really know BNK. So no offense or disrespect there. Just didn't stand out to me particularly. But I would say, like, you could have added something else to the MV. The song is a solid A. Like, I would actually buy that single, and I don't say that very often. So kudos to BNK for trying something we've been talking about forever. I've been talking about forever, about inserting your own thing, doing your own original song. It's a lot better than JKT's song, which I'm going to destroy here, and I am really going to destroy it.
But
the thing is,
before that, and finish your sentence, and then Colin needs to have his reaction as well.
I was gonna say final thing is I was left very much feeling a little cheated from that MV. But the song, amazing. Good job, BNK, as usual.
Well, care to elaborate on that, Colin?
Please elaborate.
I like the song, very catchy. I would have done it a bit differently. That the when it is the catchy moment, you know, do-de-de-dong, I would have a bit more oomph. But I think because they take it so relaxed and so slow, I can see that they did it like as they did. A very country vibe, and when I think country vibe, I think, you know, country kind of scenery, so that works for me. Namnung was great. Center, she is fantastic, very beautiful. Chaperone, you can move a little bit on the side. You know, Namnung is fantastic. She will do a great job in high tension. I loved the costumes. Perfect.
Yep.
Oh, I loved it. It's like, I like it. That's what I really like to see. Not in specific, not that like, oh, this is what I wanted. No, it's more the design, the colors. That's like, yeah, I dig that. I absolutely love it. I think they did a very good job. I'm very happy with it. It blew up, which surprised me, but on the other hand, it didn't. I like the scenes from the movie that they included towards the end. Wasn't necessary, but I get it. I liked it.
They always do that in every song, every soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
So that's nice. Yeah, nothing too much in particular anywhere else. I think the girls were great. Maybe if they really wanted to make this more of a party kind of song, kind of like High Tension, maybe different, having more of a crowd there and a bit more oomph in there, that would have been better.
Okay, can I comment? So you're okay. I agree with you, Colin. Actually, that would be maybe one slight caveat I'd have. I like my songs oomping. Like, I like them pumped. Like, I like them hitting so hard. But this song had a very laid back, chill vibe, so I think it worked in that regard. I did feel it was a little bit straight. Like, they could have done something a little different to kind of twist it up. Those are minor critiques, though. It was so catchy. I was like, I don't even care. Like, they did a good job. It's the think about how important the song is in the overall context of AKB. Like, it's the first time, for me at least, that like a foreign group has really kind of nailed it. Like, I'm not saying that it hasn't been done in the past. JKT certainly has done their thing, their share. All groups have. But I'm saying it's like, it just really impacted me in that sense. However, the one thing I was going to say, and this is actually a question for DX, you said this is based on folk songs, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're getting that just based on you heard it, or like there's some you understand the context of it? Because I don't.
Not necessarily, but I think I've heard a couple of Thai songs basically in that style, and this song sounded quite similar, so that's why I made that connection pretty much.
So, I one of my biggest dreams in life is to connect Idol to the rest of the world. And so, like, to see Thailand again, they've been so kind to BNK. Thailand people have embraced the Idol culture. They've done a great job. They've been doing Idol culture for a while, though, way before BNK, if we're being honest. But it's like they really went to town with BNK, and BNK are beloved. So it's nice to see this finally happen. Now they got their own song, but I guess my thing is I wanted to see more Thai, more of the Thai culture. Show me something more. Like, this is your anthem. This is your song that you're saying, look, we're Thai. We're proud of it. We're actually going to invoke our own culture and inject it into AKB48, which is not Thai at all. And we're going to make it work. And they did. I could say this song, I could see it played in a venue here, and it would probably work. Honestly,
that's the thing.
that's saying
That's the
something.
thing, yeah.
It's a song that basically is a crowd pleaser. It's you do
Yeah.
this in the middle of the concert or in the middle of an event,
Um,
and basically it's like, come on, join me
Game
with the
over.
dance, and
Yeah.
basically that's what this song is about. So I think it would be good for gatherings, like basically keep the crowd going if they're feeling a little bit exhausted or like, okay, come on, let's stand up and let's do this dance with us. That's basically what this song will do.
Yeah. So, sorry. So I just want to say, again, what you just said, Rob, it's a really good point. My point is like, why not show us that in the MV? You know, like it does feel like a crowd gathering song, but I want to see in the Thai tradition. And again, anybody from Thailand watching, and we know you're out there, give us some comments. Is there a festival, something that you see as somebody from Thailand that could have been applied to this and it would have made sense? Like help us understand your culture, because I really genuinely I woke up with this song. I was like, wow, like, okay, because BNK, something I haven't been paying attention, but it's like you're the honor roll students. Okay, I know your test is fine. Okay, thank you here. I don't even need to look at your test. I know it's all right. Like, it's like you're doing a great job. I'm very proud of you. But I also, in that sense, it's like you're just doing a great job. This you finally came to me like, hey, look at my special activity I did this month, and I'm like, oh wow, you didn't just do a good job. You blew it out of the park. Like, you gave me something that was you, and this is something all the other sister groups can learn from. I won't mention any names or anything, but we're not gonna go there for anybody. But I will say this is how you do it. But if you can take this song and put it in Japan at the Chica World and even the major worlds and play this, and the idol fans will get it, then you intuitively have blended the cultures. That's what I've been looking for. I can honestly say this song might have actually done that. I would be so curious to see this done by AKB members at like the AKB theater. They just roll it out. You know, like, oh hey, our sisters are here, our cousins are here from Thailand. They're in the audience watching. We're gonna play something special for them, and then they roll that out, and then all the idol fans are like, oh, we can do this, and then they drop the mixes in where I heard them. And then if they did that, they could just think about that for a moment, how important that actually is for AKB, and we get it already in January of 2020. That's a good sign that things could be going in the right direction internationally, at least for our beloved AKB. What do you guys think? I mean, it's kind of a cool thing, yeah?
When Tokyo Idol Festival happens, BNK has been a guest 2 times already. I think it will be later this year. Maybe I'm
October.
misremembering.
Yeah,
But-
October after the Olympics, pretty much.
Oh, that will be a long time. But if BNK will come again and they do this song, it's a
That's
long
what I'm
time.
wondering.
I don't know if it will be any earlier that it's possible, but I want to see that. Seeing
too.
what will
Yeah,
happen.
so, yeah.
Me too.
It will connect people together.
Yeah. The only other thing I can say is this is a B-side song for High Tension, which may be released very soon. They're a bit weird when it comes to announcing. Like, they announced High Tension before they even released the Yonjinana no CD, so that's a bit odd, but I think it will be soon. I think by the next episode, 2 weeks maybe, it will be out. So let's see what High Tension brings. Maybe more Thai culture will be involved in that song, like how Derek wants. Maybe. I don't know. I have no clue.
Well, then let's go the opposite way now, Derek. JKT48's original song, Rapsodi.
Yeah, the song was completely boring. It sounded like it was written in 2 seconds by somebody who had no creative mind or spirit. The MV was terrible. You should never put an idol in a marriage situation with a guy. I think that is the worst absolute possible thing you've done. They actually might have trumped Manila 48 for worst MV ever. Because when I watched that, I was thinking, you do not, I repeat, you do not put an idol with a man marrying him. You don't. It goes against everything. It's the whole concept of idol is you're just throwing it out the window. And it just didn't work for me at all.
AKB did that multiple times.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, and it wasn't good then either. It didn't work then either, and they should never have done that either.
Sashi's
and
wedding?
They know that.
Yeah,
Sorry?
Sashi's wedding. Yes.
Sashi's
With
wedding went well.
comedians. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, that was satire. They were making fun. It wasn't the same thing. JKT's video looked like it was a freaking wedding advertisement. Like it literally did not work for me. And also too, it just why I was actually appalled. I was appalled to see that idol with that guy because again, I'm not saying we're not gonna get into love band conversations. That's too old, too boring, and too ancient. But it's just the concept. Idol's about escaping. Idol's about putting these girls on pedestals. You're dragging this girl down when you're putting her with a mortal man who is not an idol, who is not a celebrity, who's not staff, who's not on her level. He's not on her level. And if you buy into the idol concept, if you buy into the idol fantasy, you cannot do that. And so that actually, if I was JKT, I would take that video down immediately and I would apologize to all the fans. You laugh, but I'm not kidding. That's how serious of a misstep that is for that group. In fact, it's literally one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I completely disagree.
You're welcome to completely disagree, but I'm saying as a staff person, as somebody who works with idols, as somebody who's been in this culture a long time, you just cannot do that. And also I should add to the fact that it's just I'm not trying to rip on JKT48. I've been a huge fan of them, a huge fan, and the fan base, they're incredible. So I apologize if that offends anybody, and I'm sure it will, but I don't really care. I just feel like, to be honest, if you're an idol fan, you should know that video goes against just about everything that goes into idol. I mean, you can have a wedding song. You could talk about love and all that stuff. 99.9% of all idol songs are about that topic, but you don't hit it right on the nose like that. You have to be clever about it. Like, I'll give you a good point. Gingham Check. When they had the dude in there. Okay, that was very clever how they did that.
Yeah.
That was super clever. That was super smart, and it played off so many Japanese tropes that I was like, okay, I can buy that. That was funny. This was basically like, hey, we're getting married. Let's celebrate marriage.
Isn't that because of the culture difference?
I don't care if it's the culture difference. If you're going to represent a Japanese idol group, don't do anything that goes against the core concept of Japanese idols.
But this is the thing. It's not a Japanese song. It's their original song. So it's supposed to be more
original. They still have the AKB48 moniker.
Well, that's the opinion you have, that it's nothing for your liking. But basically, in their own right and their own style and their uniqueness combined in culture, like you said just now with BNK48, I don't think this is the worst thing, since it's more cultural wise, more to their liking, I would say. So I don't think this is the worst. I don't think the MV is the worst compared to the MNL is like not even in what do you call cats and dogs, like apples and pears or something. Not even comparable.
Apples and oranges, yeah.
Apples and oranges, yeah. The Dutch version is opposite.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But when I watch this, yeah, it's bland. It's very slow, and it celebrates the idea of marriage on that side. No, I was thinking maybe the lyrics will explain more, but it feels like this is what the future for them will be. It's like they're celebrating the idea, and I'm not sure about this, but isn't Jakarta like also a location where arranged marriages is still a thing? Like,
oh, I don't know.
Don't know, and I shudder to give a definite answer on that because it's a bit of a touchy subject, I would say. So.
Yeah, so I would say we are completely on the opposites on the opinion side, and I like that since it doesn't happen too often, Derek. But yeah, for me this wasn't the worst. It's like it's okay, and an original song is always nice to see out there. Just put your own stamp on it. But like I said, it's still because of AKB48. You need to find that balance. I understand where you're coming from, but I do not agree with that.
No, okay, so I will say this. The difference between Manila's misstep and this is, like, Manila just had bad direction. That's all. It just, they had a camera guy who didn't know how to use a camera. I mean, that's really, at the end of the day, what it was. That, and they just totally did not use the girls in the way we know they could have been used. That's all. It's kind of similar to what BNK just did with their last video. They just, again, it's just, they could have just did something different that would have made more sense, more clever, more smarter. This is an affront to Idol. It's just an affront. You don't put an idol with a dude in a video, and you don't have them get married. You just don't. I mean, it's like you're basically saying, screw Idol, screw the concept. Like, you can't do that. I don't care if you're Jakarta, Manila, AKB, you don't do that. And when you do that, you're really, really, really going against the grain of what Idol is. And I just get case in point. How many AKB videos have dudes getting married or touching the girls? Zero. I mean, literally almost zero. Like maybe one or two, and even then, very cleverly done, and usually in a much different context than this. This was straight up. Oh, we're celebrating marriage. There was no nuance to it. If there had been even a little bit of nuance, I would have helped it. And the only thing, by the way, that was cultural about this was they were singing in their language. That was the most bland. I could have wrote that song myself. There was nothing Jakarta about it. I listened to it. I'm like, this is boring. There's nothing here that even remotely represents their culture. There was even the scales they used. It sounded very American or very just bland. Like their language was the only thing to me that really symbolized their culture, which again, the language is beautiful. I love their language. I've been a huge fan of Jakarta. I remember, they came to the Tokyo Dome. I was so pumped to see them show, the Tokyo Dome concerts years ago when AKB actually invited them to come over and play, regularly at the Big Dome shows. They're the OGs. So for the OGs to make this drastic and serious misstep, it's unbelievable. It's appalling. And I hate to be that strong about my opinion, but as somebody who works at Idol, as somebody who just understands and embraces the Idol concept, it's 100% counterpoint to that. It completely is. And you can hide behind, well, it's our culture, but I'd say it's not your culture if you're representing AKB48. That is not your culture.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
Colin, do you agree or do you have your own opinion on this situation?
I just shared the lyrics of the video, of the song, because someone sent that to me. So you can read it if you like, now or whenever. I think it's very nice and very nice song. It gives me spa vibes. This is like something very relaxing, very soothing. Like the kind of song you would play when you're, a day in the spa, getting massages and, whatever you do in the spa.
And those hot rocks on your back.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
that could be a bit funny. But yeah, I think they were very nice. It's a very slow song, which I usually don't particularly like, but it sounded very beautiful, and I thought that they did that they were beautiful. I thought Shani was great. I like the scenery, very tropical atmosphere, which really helped with the vibe that I got from the song. Yeah, it's very nice. I would have preferred a bit more, more of an intricate design in the dresses, but that's my thing. I just said that with BNK. It's just a bit too simple for me. But with the vibe that I'm getting, I kind of see it if they really want to focus, on the wedding kind of scenery. So it's okay. I would have liked a bit more. But that's pretty much it. I think they did very nice. They had some brass sounds in there with the trumpet. I really like that as well. And other than that, yeah, I think they did a very nice job. I think the members did great with what they were given. And it's very nice, very pleasant. Not my thing, but I'd say it works for them, and people absolutely love it, from what I've heard.
All right.
Yeah.
DX, do you still have anything to add?
Nothing too much to be quite honest. It's more like for me when I heard the song, when the link was posted in our group chat, it was more like I had it on without the MV, and it was more like I can enjoy this, just relax a bit, and I could use it to just chill down a bit after a day of work or something like that. It's that kind of vibe it gives me. So yeah, I pretty much agree with Colin.
All right. Okay, well, those are basically the things I wanted to talk about mostly. Do you guys have anything you want to mention for this show?
Let's see.
I look forward to the YouTube thing that they will be doing.
Yeah.
Given that, which they announced on Request Hour.
Mhm.
Given that they have no real shows, not weekly at least, with AK Bingo.
I tried watching the food review they were doing from the AKB48 cafe.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to watch. and that's coming from me. Basically, it's Nana Muriamuri with Mogi Shinobu and Mukai Shimion sitting there, and it was, I don't know, it's they're new, so it's still all over the place. You can tell there's no script. That's good.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's
Yeah, I don't
basically.
like food reviews either. I think it's slightly weird, but not really a topic that I find interesting. Michan doing YouTube when she has only done like 3-4 videos so far, and she also like flat out said in the first one that she doesn't really have a good idea of what the main thing will be. Kind of like how Tomonagamiyo. I don't know if she's
They're finding their place. Hey, when
so still working on it.
when we did this show for the first episode, it was horrible. So
Yeah, true. It's more like they have to find their own niche, get into
They
it,
will.
and get more experience. I mean, when we first started, it wasn't that great either. So
still isn't great. Hey,
Oh,
it's fine.
you're doing a great job.
yeah.
So Yukarin will begin hers. February. I know Yui-Han will do one too. I forgot which ones. The rest, but those two are for me enough to look forward to and see what they do. I have no clue. But
It will come out when it will come out. That's
Yeah.
basically
I
how
think
it
it's
always
a-
goes.
relatively good decision given
Mhm.
that it's a place where they can show off themselves, which they can't
Pretty
really
much.
anymore. And this is, maybe an attempt at doing more of a global approach. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else before we go wrap things up?
to be quite honest.
Oh, AKB, the concerts. There were a lot of concerts. Way too many.
Oh, Yuna.
Um,
I watched
Did
the
you
Una
talk about Yuna?
concert.
Yes.
A lot of clips, basically. Not the entire concert. I still want to watch that, but basically, the most important things I saw. Those were a lot of fun. So that's already my recommendation. If you want to watch that, go watch that concert because there are some funny moments in there, and actually some good performance in there. Holy moly,
Yep.
Bajoli. So, you, Colin, do you have any concerts?
the one that I really liked was the AKB Tandoku concert. Overall, just what I kind of expect from a concert. The beginning good, ending good, and the middle is a bit here and there. But I believe they did in the middle part all the units that they did during the 14th anniversary.
Oh,
They
right.
did again. Different songs though, but that's welcomed. I really like that. I really like the concert. Overall, just good songs. Good performances. They did all great. I think pretty much everyone was there. I want to say that they were. Maybe not Team 8. Maybe not Team 8. I can't remember anymore. I think they
Just
were.
the canon
maybe.
members.
Yeah, no,
Just the
Team 8
canon.
was there. It's because they were all there. No, the new ones as well, because I
Hmm.
saw
okay.
the new Eto, which I'm really into.
Okay.
Suzuki. I forgot the name. That sucks. Wait. Maybe. Yeah, but that's good. Suzuki Yuka. Sorry.
Mhm,
I know she
mhm.
was there.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I think everyone was there. I really liked that concert overall. Good songs. Yeah, it was fun. There were a lot, but I didn't watch everyone. Hey, it's good. It's at least something, and they can all be viewed pretty easily.
Cool. DX, do you have anything else?
No, I wanted to go with the Yuna concert as well, since I really enjoyed that one personally. So, yeah, let's go with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, then let's go into our recommendations for next time. I will start off with Derek this time. Do you have any
Nah,
recommendations?
I'll go last.
You want last? Okay. Recommendations, I would say. Yeah, just in the meantime, just watch the concerts if you can find them.
Yeah, pretty
I think
much.
that's an easy, put it in the background and do some other stuff in between. Other than that, there's nothing really to look
I don't think
forward
there's
to.
anything planned.
No,
I don't think-
no. I think the
Oh, Colin has something.
Colin has
Okay,
some stuff.
continue.
No,
I'll wait.
go ahead, Colin, because I have nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this weekend, Japan Expo Thailand will be happening.
Oh.
The 31st of January until 2nd, 3rd, 1st
Mhm.
February. 6 members will be going. Yui-Han, Mion, Tomu, Naomi, Hitomu, and Onishi Momoka, which will be great because I hope that she will meet up with the BNK members such as Mobile. I I think it's mobile. I always hate it. I always mix names up. I'm very sorry. Love her. Love both music and mobile, but sometimes. Anyway, that would be great. Wish there had been a bit more, but hey, usually it's viewable. So I look forward to that, and hopefully it will be something fun. Maybe something with Nemos happens again, because it happened the last time as well. So yeah, I look forward to that. Other than that, nothing in particular.
Okay then, DX, anything?
Not at the moment, actually. No.
All right.
Sadly, no.
Then here we go, Derek. It's like it's very quiet on our side, but I'm sure you have stuff you want to mention. So the floor is yours.
No, I would say that I would like, maybe, how do I put it? I want everybody to pay a little bit more attention, I think, to what Idol is and what it's about, because I think that it's important for people to understand the culture and why we do what we do. I take this very seriously, as you can't tell. And I also work every single day very hard in this industry to do a lot. I'm not on the major level, but I'm in the minor level, but it still feels very major in the sense that I feel like I have more work I can even know what to do with. But in order to keep this thing precious and preserved, I think it needs to have certain guidelines and stuff that need to be followed. And I think it would do everybody well to understand what those guidelines are and not forget them. And then I also feel, as an aside to that, I did want to talk about stuff in the Chica world, but I don't even feel it's appropriate now, given the fact that this was so AKB centric this episode, and surprisingly so. Boy, did we get a lot of information this week.
Hey.
But I'm not complaining. It's good that we can have something to unpack and have fun talking about.
Don't worry, nothing will happen till March now. So.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll have a boring February we watch. But in this case,
Vacation.
boring almost would be good, considering this time last year we had something quite big on our hands that we had to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Oh boy. Yep.
But I will say, keep an eye out for what the groups are going to be doing, and also definitely give big props to BNK for knocking it out of the park with that's B-side. I can't even believe it's a B-side, Colin. I thought that's an A+ side.
Hey.
So I mean that only makes me happy for High Tension, because they're gonna really crush that.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always liked High Tension. I always thought. I mean, I was actually a fan of the song. I know it wasn't the most popular song, but I actually didn't have a problem with it. I know somebody else did, because they really did not like the video. I love the video.
Yeah, true. Even though BNK also released today that solo song from Mobile, I think. Yeah.
Was that any good?
There was actually also another release from BNK48 today. It's the solo single of Mobile.
Was it any good? He asked.
It felt slow, and it also felt like a graduation song.
Yeah.
Even though Mobile isn't graduating anytime soon. I was like,
who knows?
why is this so depressing? I took a quick look. Is she ready? No. Okay, that's just. Whoa.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, that's the ending that I didn't expect. But yeah, I think we all noticed that everything was balled into this giant news outlet, just thrown in our faces. And now there's in the rubble, trying to find anything. Is there anything coming up? And we'll see when next time. So with that then, I would say thank you for watching this episode of 48 Talk. And we'll see you next time then. Bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Joe.
Bye-bye. Bye.
You.